Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Building a Nation with Team Canada. And today we have the final game in the 2020 Summer Olympics group stage. Let's take a look and see how we're faring so far. Canada has qualified for the next round. We've got 2 wins out of 2 games, plus 4 goal differential, giving us a total of 6 points. Italy, 2 points behind us, but only 3 points behind Japan, or 3 points in front of Japan, I should say. New Zealand, they're out. They've got no shot. They've only got a possibility of 3 points, so they cannot advance, but they can play spoiler to Japan, who still has a very, very slim chance of advancing. Basically, they're hoping that Team Canada can beat Italy, beat them soundly, and then Japan can sneak into the next round with a win and a sound victory of their own. Because right now, even they're 3 points behind, which is bad enough, but they're also 4 goals behind. They've got a -2 differential. Italy's got a +2 goal differential. So Japan has a mountain to climb here. And it's all going to depend on Canada versus Italy to see if Japan even has a chance of advancing. So we got some drama left in our group stage, but not a ton because we have already advanced. Now we can take a look at the rest of the groups and see how the rest of the groups are faring. Starting at the top with Group A, we got South Korea winning the group. 2 wins and a draw for a total of 7 points. Right behind them, USA with 5 points to also qualify for the next round. They were in a tight battle with Egypt. Under 23s, they finished with 4 points. Very close to knocking the United States out, just 1 measly point away. But the USA does advance. We can take a look at their team. I don't think we've looked at them yet. A lot of familiar names on here. Some interesting call-ups from the senior team. Zach Steffen called up. They did the same thing we did, which is call up our starting goalkeeper from the senior team. Call them up to the under 23s. They also called up John Brooks. And an interesting call-up, I'm not so sure about this one, DeAndre Yedlin at right back. Now, he's a good player. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing particularly wrong with DeAndre Yedlin. He's incredibly fast. He's got to be like the fastest American player there is. I don't think I've seen an American player with 19 and 19 for speed and acceleration. So, he's got that going for him. But the problem is they already have Tyler Adams, and they're playing Tyler Adams at right back. So I don't necessarily know that Yedlin is the guy you need to call up from the senior team, but we'll see about that, I guess. Maybe you call Yedlin up if you don't necessarily want to play Adams at right back, but their midfield is also pretty strong with McKinney and Parks in the midfield, so, I don't know. They've also got Efrain Alvarez from LAFC, sort of the young phenom playing with Zlatan out there in LA. I don't know. It's a strange call-up. You can see some of the other names. Trusty at center defense. Anthony Robinson, we looked at him in the qualifying round. Conrad de la Fuente on the right is a guy I'm not familiar with, but he's on loan from Barcelona. Looks pretty decent. Decent speed, decent acceleration, first touch. He's okay. Mentioned McKinney and Parks. Timothy Way, another guy we got schooled on in the comments. He's a very good player, playing for the under 20s. And now he's made his debut in the under 23, so good for him. Mihailovic and Josh Sargent up top. So it's a pretty interesting team, but you'll notice there's somebody missing. A very important certain somebody. Let's see if we can go to the news here. Headlines, injury worry for Pulisic. Look at that. Chelsea officials have been left fuming after Christian Pulisic suffered a pulled hamstring during USA Under-23s match against Egypt Under-23s. Pulisic faces up to 2 weeks on the sidelines as a result. tensions are set to escalate in the latest battle between club and country. So, Pulisic out for the Summer Olympics. That's a huge blow to the under-23s. He's the best player on the U.S. Senior team or otherwise, he's the best player. And now he's out. So that's big, bad news for Team USA. Take a look at the rest of the stages. Okay, now we go to Group B, where Germany has advanced. They have done what they were supposed to do. 3 wins in 3 games, 9 points. They are advancing to the next round, along with, surprisingly, Iran. Iran has advanced on 4 points and a +1 goal differential, beating out Brazil under 23s. That's a huge upset. You would think Brazil, with all that young talent, would have made it into the next round. Morocco, also sort of a disappointing run from Morocco. 0 points, -5 goal differential. I mean, this was the group of death, but, especially when you consider that Iran was, I guess, better than we thought they were. So the fact that Iran was pretty good, you throw in Brazil, Germany, and Morocco, that's an incredibly tough group, and Morocco paid the price. Group C, we looked at Canada going on. Group D, Argentina going on 6 points and a +5 goal differential to win Group D, with Ivory Coast also advancing. Another bit of a shocker there, with China and France having terrible games. Both of them with 0 points. Seems impossible because they've still got a game to go. Okay, I was like, didn't they play each other at some point? But either way, China and France are both out of the next round, whether they get points in this last game or not. That's incredibly disappointing for both nations. It's very surprising that Ivory Coast advances from that group. But hey, that's why we play the games, right? So let's get to the matches today. See Egypt and Croatia, South Korea, United States with that draw that cost them Christian Pulisic. Terrible for them. All right, matches. MLS All-Stars are playing Southampton. Interesting game, I guess. We're not going to watch that one. We're going to watch Canada versus Italy. Teams have not played before, of course. Italy's biggest strength is crossing. Head coach Luigi Di Biagio. He's pretty good. His working with youngsters is surprisingly low. But he is a motivator, that's for sure. Man management. He's one of those guys who sits on top and delegates and lets everybody else deal with these young kids running around. But he is determined, he is motivated, and he's a good manager. Let's see, he's been the Italian head coach since 2018, so he's taking over dual duties just like I am. He was the under-21s coach for several years, under-20s coach before that. So this guy has worked his way up the ladder, and yeah. He's coached a lot of youth teams. He's just not particularly good at working with youngsters, so don't know how that works, but hey, there you go. Italy, take a look at the under-23s here. They've got a full team. Unfortunately, our scouting has let us down, so we don't know a ton about them other than they're pretty good. They didn't appear to call anyone up from the senior team. No, they got a couple of guys. They got Emerson, 26-year-old left back, contracted to Chelsea. He's pretty good. Yeah, we'll give him that guy. He's pretty good. And then they brought up Mancini, contracted to Lazio, central defender. Good jumping reach. Yeah, again, he's also pretty good. So Italy's defense should be pretty strong. Take a look at their national profile here. 11th in the nation, at least their senior team. So Italy is still strong. I don't know what I expected to see here, but that's basically it. Anyway, let's get back to the game. Let's get to the team selection. Let's see. Wait a minute. Kickoff Okay, we're back at Kasumigaoki Stadium in Tokyo. 77 and sunny, so it should be an excellent day. Now we can move on. Now that we got the weather report, now all is good. All right, so, we're playing the way we normally play. This is a test. Italy is a test, and it's great that we have this opportunity to test ourselves against Italy and yet still sort of have no consequences if we get crushed. So that's good. On the bench, we got St. Clair. We're resting Cabra. We're resting Jaguar. We're resting Norman. Jaguar and Norman with yellow cards, so we're keeping them out of this game. Shamit Shom, Jonathan David, Jonathan Osorio. So we are resting basically our best players. We will submit that team. Borjan will take the captain's armband today. Sure, let the veteran goalkeeper be the captain of this young squad. That makes sense. And here we are, starting lineup. Borjan, as we mentioned, in goal. Ahmed on the left-hand side. He has played pretty well in his one appearance, 7.3 rating. Cornelius in central defense, 7.0 rating. Romero, 7.7. So you can see sort of a theme here. We played well defensively. Broguillard, the lone starter, 7.85 rating. Played outstanding. Okello is going to get a run out at defensive midfielder. He's got one appearance and one substitution. Also played well, 7.15. Frazier, who's also played well in previous tournaments. He hasn't played quite so well in this tournament, but you know what? He's getting his shot again. Another start for Liam Frazier, 6.8 rating. Brim on the left-hand side to start, 6.7. Chonier, 7.0 rating. Balu, 1 assist, 8.1. And then, of course, Hundle up top. 2 appearances, 3 goals, 8.0 rating. Let's go. Well, let's take a look at Italy, I guess. We can take a look at them. They're going with a 4-1-2-3. Gasparini in goal. Emerson, yeah, I don't really know these guys. They haven't played particularly impressively. Got a lot of 6.X rating, 6.4 for Viviani. That's not so good. Zanilo's played well. Filippo, I almost called him Flippo. Filippo Ranocchia, 7.15 rating. These Italian names are going to kill me. Rabbi Simone getting his first start. Vinato hasn't really done much in his one appearance. So they might be playing a bit of a rotated side here too. This is a bit surprising. A lot of these guys have been substitutions in previous games, so we'll see how they play. You would think with what's riding on it for Italy, go out there and carry straight on from the last match. You would think that what's riding on it, that they would play, as many starters as they could, but they might have yellow cards, they might have other issues as well. Let's see. Got to change up this defensive midfielder situation. Other than that, I think we're good. Let's go. Kickoff. Here we go. We are, of course, in the red. Italy in the blues. Let's get this thing started. Okello is going to get us going. First, the initial highlight. Brim sends it across. Balu is going to chase it down. We might get a real highlight off the kickoff. Balu sends it in. It is headed out by that Italian defense. Ahmed. Highlight continues. This is a bit surprising. Ahmed sends one in. We're trying to get it to Hundle, obviously. And there goes the end of the highlight. But we come right back. A minute 20. Chonier to Ahmed. And we're going to start the attack. Ahmed bombs it forward. Again, trying to get it to Hundle. Maybe we should chill on that. But here's Brim. Going to play it to Frazier. Gets it to Chonier. Can he make a play? He takes a long shot. All right. Let's change some team instructions here. Let's do that. Let's slightly shorter passing, work the ball in the box. I think we can already see that Italy's defense is gonna sit back. It appears they're also going to try to play a possession style. This could work in our favor. with us pressuring them. If they just try to slowly work the ball up the field against us, we're likely to get a steal, especially in the midfield. Ranocchia gets it forward. Here they are. They are working it very nicely forward. Ranocchia past the defense and scores. That was too easy. Okello got pulled out of position and allowed Ranocchia to just run behind him. So here's Okello going out wide, and there he is. He's out of position. Frazier can't get back. Italy goes up early, 1-0. Yeah, we'll proceed with those tactical changes. So that was a bit too easy. A bit too easy for Ranocchia. Is that how you pronounce it? Ranocchia? Perhaps. Anyway, I mean, he's pretty good. Got to give it to him. Vision, passing. He's not that good, though. He's not overwhelming, but he is really good. Here's Vinato. Oh. Free kick goes wide. So Italy seems to be dominating here. They've moved up to 59% possession. We've got one shot, none on target. Just that one wild shot from Chonier is all we've been able to manage. Italian defense, it looks strong on paper, and so far it is acting that way. Here we go. Throw in. Bro on the near side gets it to Frazier. Let's see if he can center it. He's got Okello wide open. Not a great pass. Sort of a lazy pass. Here's Chonier. Chonier out wide to Ahmed. They're leaving Ahmed alone, the 16-year-old. He centers it to Brim. Brim got 3 men on him. Okello out wide to Ahmed again. He's wide open. He crosses it, but that defense is there. Frazier wins the header to Chonier. Chonier with the shot. I mean, we don't mind that. We want Chonier shooting. That's a decent spot to shoot from, but he needs to concentrate. He needs to. They're overwhelmed. They're always overwhelmed by telling them to concentrate. I hate that. Here's Italy on the throw-in. Frazier with the steal, starting the counterattack. Can't get it forward. They are guarding Hundle very tightly. Here's Rabbi. Sends one wide. Sends a prayer. Does that work? I don't know. Sure, why not? Looks like they've changed their approach and are playing with more caution. So they're going to take their 1-0 lead to half. They're just going to, sit back. We are attacking. Do we have any options? Do we have any options on the bench? Yeah, Jonathan David, he could possibly do something. I don't, if we switch to, well, here we go. Vinato with another free kick. He gets one on goal. Borgian with the stop. Ranocchia is there, but he was possibly offside. Possibly, but I guess not. Where is he? I mean, let's see the VAR. Is there VAR in the Olympics? Apparently not. Italy up 2-0. Okay, we'll close down on Rabbi. Here's Vinato again with a corner. Oh boy, I don't know what our left defender was doing there. If that was Bro, he was just standing there. It wasn't Ahmed. It was somebody taller than Ahmed. It might have been Okello. Did not react to that ball coming into the box. And there we go. Terrible. Terrible first half. 2-0. So, perhaps it was our tactics that let us down. We tried to play the possession game. I guess it would be better just to bomb it. I don't know that I want to make any changes just yet. Looks like Ahmed and Balu will be the first to come out due to fitness. They're down to 71%. So we'll bring them out second half. But for now, we're just going to go in the dressing room and yell at everybody, because this is, unacceptable. We'll be assertive. Not happy with you. You were awful. Get out. Second half. Play better. Let's go. All right. So we got quite a deficit here. Like I said, not particularly meaningful at this point, but we would like to win the group. And currently, after this result, we would not be winning the group. Italy would bounce back and win the group. So let's come back, boys. Let's show what we're made of. Show that we can stick with these top teams in the world and, win, or at least draw. That would be nice. Either one of those, a win or a draw, gets us the top of the group stage. Now, if we finish second, there's a possibility we could get Brazil or somebody like that, and nobody wants, or not Brazil, Germany is who I'm thinking of. Nobody wants to play Germany right now. Here's Rabbi sending one across. That's a bad touch. Brim picks it up, starts the counterattack. Still cannot get the ball to Hundle. Good tackle by Okello in the midfield. Frazier gets it forward to Baloo. He's got some space across midfield. Got Hundle making sort of a lazy move toward goal. Chonier gets it forward. Hundle finally gets a touch. Triple covered. Loses the ball. So it looks like more direct passing is the way to go against Italy. Okello, nice switch of the sides to Baloo. Baloo again sends one in. There's Hundle. Oh my God. He finally gets in position and he skyrockets one into the stands. Oy vey. Another throw in. Risky throw in, but Baloo gets it. Chonier is going to start the attack if he can get there. That's that, slowness of foot from Chonier. Rabbi. Ranocchia with the... Oh. What happened? This is unacceptable. It all started with Chonier not being able to get to that ball. And then Italy turns it into this. I mean, just not tightly marking Ranocchia. And he turns and scores. Here we go. Free kick from Baloo. Curves it around. No good. All right, we're going to make some subs. So... I think we're going to get Baloo out for David. We're going to get... I mean, I'd like to get Chonier out of there. He's playing terribly. There's a lot of people playing terribly. But Ahmed is tired. I think we'll bring in Shamit Shone for Chonier. I thought about bringing in Asario, but we got to stick to the plan of saving him. And we'll leave Ahmed in the game. He's motivated right now, so I guess that's something. Playing a little better. He just went up from 6.4 to 6.6. He is tired, but, we'd rather save Cabra for the next round. Don't want him getting tired or injured or anything else. He's one of our key players going forward. So, there is that. We do have our second team in there. There's Shamit Shone winning one. Getting it to Ahmed. He's going to bomb it downfield. Hundle on the run. He beats the defense. He beats all four of the defenders, and then he's tackled from behind. Oh, penalty. Penalty. Who's going to take it? Ooh, I guess Shamit Shome. You know what? Oh, Hundel only has 3 penalty taking. Yikes. Okay. We'll let Shamish Shom take it. We probably should have let Hundel take it, you know, because he had better finishing. But, I don't know. We'll see. Shamish Shom does not score. Yikes. Can't. Oh. Akello with his hands on his head still makes the tackle. Akello's been a bit of a destroyer in the midfield. He's played very well. Can't say very well. But he's made a lot of tackles. He's only got a 6.4 rating, but he's made several tackles that have looked pretty good. Should have let Hundel take the penalty. He does have 13 composure. Why is his penalty taking so low? He just doesn't practice, I guess. 78 minutes. Our one chance at a goal is gone out the window. I don't know what to say. Is there anything to say? Hundel and Ahmed are both looking exhausted out there. You know, we could take Hundel out because he's pretty important and bring Asario in on the right-hand side. Give him a few minutes rest. Ahmed, we don't expect him to start in the next game, so that's fine. Brim might have a little trouble at left wing. Might have to put David out at left wing next game, but we'll see. And Italy is just going to deflate the ball and go home. Cornelius gets a yellow card. Okay. Ahmed is going to make it, but barely. 59%. I mean, Italy's got some tired boys out there as well, but it doesn't really matter. So, you know, difference between putting a few starters in and taking them out is a lot, apparently. So we didn't really get a great idea of how we can play against the big boys, but, you know, we can see the margin of error is small. That we know for sure. Can't let in early goals, can't let in easy goals. Didn't necessarily make any huge mistakes. You know, Chonier, I guess you could say, made that one mistake, but that was just a mistake of not being good enough. And then Shamit Shom also missing the penalty is not great. But we got a lot to think about for the next round. Hopefully this isn't confidence deflating. Hopefully it's just a lesson to learn. Here's Asario on the right-hand side, getting his first touch on camera. Wins a corner for us, I guess, at the 93rd minute. Probably get the whistle blown like in the middle of taking the corner, but no, they're going to let us take it. Shamit Shom, can we get a late goal? Cornelius with the header. That's been our game. That's been our game today. Just everything slightly off, slightly wide, slightly poor. The Italian fans celebrate 3-0. They make the next round in style. They win the group. Pep talk, assertive. Not, oops, I don't know what I said there. I said something, but I don't know what. I've never picked that first option ever. Ever. Just in any situation, I don't think I've ever picked that first option. So it didn't like destroy the team, I guess. So we're good there. Italy ease to victory. Yeah, with rumors circulating, Vancouver set to make considerable. Yeah. Great relationship with the chairman. So yeah, we have done some improvements with Vancouver. We'll talk about that later. But what we want to do now is we want to figure out under 23s Olympic group. We want to figure out, okay, so there we go. Italy does qualify first. 7 points to 6. Unfortunate there. Here we go. quarterfinals. They will be drawn on 7/29. That's today. So you'd think we'd get the draw. We get the Ivory Coast. That's a good matchup for us, I think. Under 23s, they've got two suspended players. Ouch. That's pretty bad. And an injured player. So they're not going to be able to field a full team. That's, I guess, good for us. Overview. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's take a look at the quarterfinals. South Korea versus Iran. That's a good matchup for them. Italy, Argentina, Germany, USA. Ouch. USA gets the shaft. They lose the draw. They drew the short straw. Let's put it that way. Nobody wanted to play Germany, and USA gets them in the quarterfinals. How does Germany not have any players? What is this? Strange things going on with this Olympic Games. But anyway, yeah, we'll end it there, and we'll come back against Ivory Coast. So until then, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.